Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel in a rather stormy day here in North Carolina. Today we're going to have a fun little project for you, and we're going to try to make it so even a novice woodworker can do it with limited tools. So stick around because this is going to be a very good episode. So today we're going to build for you this beautiful birdhouse out of a single cedar post.
Picket.
Picket.
And
And anyone can build that. You do not need extensive knowledge or very expensive equipment, right?
Right.
You need a picket board and a little bit of time. Now, if you do not have a power saw and you do every cut by hand, I would say this is a 3 to 4 hour project for cutting, not assembly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it probably took us an hour to cut things, but of course we made every single one
Right.
of these ourselves, right?
Right.
But have your little ones help you, and this could be a fun summer activity, right?
Or alternatively, if you buy the square dowels, that can accelerate your project, but you can still make a really beautiful birdhouse.
Absolutely, yes. Some time ago, we built this nice birdhouse that has lived in the outside ever since we built it, and that demonstrated to us that this is a good design, correct? So today we're going to build a different design, a little more rustic, a little more on a square log cabin design, with the idea that everyone can do it. It will be an entry-level woodworking project that anyone can build. So we're going to solve, as always, every step of the way. So for the first time, we're going to use this doohickey here.
How long ago did you get that?
I don't know, 9 years ago?
It's the Grabber Pro by Miles Craft. It was a gift. So this is the maiden voyage of it, right?
And we're not sponsored by Microsoft. Again, it was a
No,
gift.
It was a gift.
And apparently we need power for the power source. Who would
Yeah.
defend?
Guess what? We're still not plugged in right here. Hey. There we go. This is us, folks.
Clearly, we haven't done this for a while. And we have to do that a couple of hundred times. I'm joking, I don't know how many times.
So
But we're going to do that repeatedly.
this is the idea that we're going for a square log type shape, right?
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah, kind of like it.
Kind of like what?
You must see the tool.
This tool?
Yeah.
Amazing. You've had
Look
it
at the
like
perfection here. Just look.
3-4 years and it's actually doing the thing it was designed to do.
Hey.
Awesome. Okay, take two. So we have spacer pieces of wood that we're using to make sure that we have these aligned correctly. We're going to use these spacers to make sure that these are in the right position. We're going to do a couple of tacks there, and then we're going to, because we've only got so many hands, then we'll come forward and also do this. And then as you can see for the front, we're leaving a little bit of what we're going to call a porch area so that it'll have a little bit of an extension.
And now for expediency, we're going to use brads.
Expediency?
Expediency,
Okay.
brads or staple brads.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. You can use small finished nails.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it will take longer, but you don't have to use any of the equipment we're using. We're doing it so we'll show you how to build it while we're making the video, and that makes everything take 3 times longer, right?
Right. Okay.
So if you're using a pneumatic nailer like we do, don't forget before each use to put a couple of drops of oil in your machine. It will make them last much longer. So put a couple of doubles of glue.
Doubles?
Doubles, what is it called?
Dabs.
Dabs. These dabs for you. And we're experimenting with this angle, this recording system, right?
Yep, because there's only 2 of us and really we need
5 of us.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep. Do we not have air? All these technical difficulties.
Not the one won't get it off.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
So, electrical tools need to be plugged in, and power tools need power.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
I don't know. There we go. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay.
Are they attached?
They are.
Now we're using a square piece, and that is a piece of trim because it is very square by default, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have it, you can use actually what is designed to do square things, which is a square. Can you imagine?
Now you're getting all fancy.
I know. And that makes sure that you are nice and square.
So I just did all that squaring and I don't have any glue down.
Okay?
But that thing is, so now you've got the square in the back, so that's going to tell me how to line it up again.
Right.
So leave it there.
No, you don't know what you're doing. It's better to put it on there.
Yeah.
And in the background, you hear the evidence that our tiling project is still projecting. I think you're too far out there, but that's okay. When you're ready, tell me.
Okay. I think this one's a little bit off, but the other one is fine. There.
Okay.
See, it's a little bit off.
And we're going to go like this, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh.
maybe we need to cut some more.
Well, yeah. So we're using one of the pieces we cut before just for the length of our board, because you need to cut 2 or more of those lengths, right?
Right.
So we're going to go to the saw and cut 1 more piece or 2 more pieces, whatever we decide. And then we're going to make little sticks again. So using our mark, we're going to cut 1 more piece.
Ew.
And then using the piece we cut, we are going to cut the last piece we need.
See what it did?
Yeah, you need to be holding that, not this.
Okay.
That would damage the... And now we're going to spend some time making little square pieces out of this. So not sponsored, but definitely this, if you want to cut small pieces on the table saw, worth its money, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is much cheaper than the Reaper, which is the original. Not to say that the piece that bought me is cheap, it's just the reality. We don't want to spend extra money for tools if you don't have to. The quality is very good. It didn't lose grip once, right?
Nope, it's really good. Mm-hmm.
And to show you how good this device is, look at our last cut. This is what it removed, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would have been a very dangerous cut by hand without this, right?
Right.
And at no point I felt I was in danger or unsafe. I mean, how did you feel?
No,
I
not
know
at
you
all.
weren't cutting, but
Not at all. So when we had this up against the fence, And then you have this to hold it, and then this helps keep you level, and as you can see they're adjustable. This holds it right in place to go right up next to the blade, and as you can see it went right on through, and then that's what allowed that small cut to be.
And even this little artificial fence, you see where it's cut there, but
Yeah.
it holds the piece so it will not move on.
Right.
This
right.
is intended to be sacrificial. You can buy additional fences or you can make one from wood.
And as you can see, that's adjustable as well.
Right. So very pleased with this equipment. Now this, as you can see, the time we took to make those, if you bought them already, the dimension you want, you save time, but you have to pay money for that, right?
Right.
Definitely if you do a project every once in a while, much cheaper than a table saw.
Uh-huh.
But if you have a table saw, this is not a hard thing to do.
Right. It's just setting yourself up and
So now
doing
we're going to progress.
like an assembly line, right?
Right, now the rest of the story. What?
Clamp.
I need the other one.
Okay.
No, this is too.
That blade is too wobbly for you.
Yeah, but I don't need the other one. You know what it is? Oh,
It should be right there.
found it.
Yeah.
We have done a very good job hiding it.
Putting it right where it goes.
Hiding it, as I said.
Right where it goes.
Now the reason I'm using the hand saw versus going back to the other saw is because for us, we don't have enough of the ability to have them all plugged in at the same time. And moving it, plugging it, and setting it will actually be longer.
And to be honest, chop saws frequently will tear up smaller pieces of wood like this too.
They will?
So, yeah, we've experienced that where they just go flying.
So what we're doing now is we're finding the dimension for the middle thing here. Save it a little.
I don't know if it's a there. It just needs to be helped
Okay.
in there. Helped, yeah. So then the idea is we're filling in the spaces.
Right, so we're going to cut. Okay. So if you want to cut all your pieces at the same time, we have here two piles. This is how long our house will be, right? And it's an arbitrary decision. If you want us, we can tell you what dimension this is, even though we did not really do anything. This is almost 8 inches.
Okay.
And the width is the width of your board, right, to make it look square.
Yep, yep.
Now this has to be more specific, right? This is the distance between those two boards,
Yep.
right? And we will continue the assembly. Okay.
We do it for fast speed, yes. So a couple of these are just off by like a hair, and because we have this belt sander, we're using that to just take a hair off of the length.
Because that's the fastest way for us.
That is the fastest way. And now, we shall go and see if it fits. Take that. So that is the correct length. These do have a little bit of directionality. There we go. And
Now
now
let us show you what it looks like, guys. So it has a very nice look, don't you think, Lupita?
yeah, it's very nice.
So you go around and you feel it. It's a pretty straightforward process.
Woo! That worked. You have to not bump your table there.
If you can. It worked
Hold on.
before.
I had something kind of holding it a little bit. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, move that.
All right.
You couldn't see this, but it was really funny, guys. Behind the scenes, we were being goofy. Right?
Yep.
Just want to show you a little of the assembly process. Which is kind of straightforward, right?
Yeah. So you're alternating the ones that you're using, and right now we're on the long lengths because these are the ones that line up with the.
Again, this is a Birdhouse. It's not high-class furniture.
Right.
We want it to look rustic. We want it to
So
look a
now
little...
we're gonna do the opposites, which are the insides, without having to fit those in.
And if we need a little shortening, we will do that. In this case, we didn't.
These have been fitting in very snugly, actually, which is nice.
And you don't even need to do what I'm doing
Show
right
you
now. I don't
here.
think so.
Yeah, I mean, but it's coming together real nice, and so now we have the opposite.
And again, assembly will take a little time, but this is something you can do with your children. If you have young children, they can do this part, right?
Yeah, this is.
And even if you use glue, if you're afraid they will fall out, I'm not really sure they will fall out, but if you're afraid, put a little glue underneath, right?
Right.
We need to stop him from saying right. That was the deal.
Right. We're right. Okay, come down here first.
And of course, you can go as tall as you want or as short as you want.
There we go. Now we're going to the opposite side.
And again, Alpita, do you think we spend most of our time so far cutting the little pieces, or?
I think we spent most of our time going to the hardware store.
Well, excluding that.
Yeah, otherwise it's been just the cutting.
Because really, the assembly is pretty straightforward, right?
Yes, it is.
And you can just use glue, as I said. The reason we use the brush is because we're trying to finish in an attempt to post this today.
Okay.
Yeah. And you might need to use the very extravagant glue spreading tool we have.
Okay.
Now we need to ready?
Yeah.
Now, this will be our roof, but one side is a little bit longer than the other, right?
Right.
So we need to fix that. And
Okay.
how we're going to fix it is we're going to cut about this dimension of the long
Basically
one.
this
Right.
off the long one.
So
Okay.
since this has to be the long one, because it's sitting over, right?
Right.
One of the neat things of this design, of this approach, is that once you set your saw, if you have a table saw, you don't need to change it again, right? As you can see, this is our longer side, and we know that because we have something on top of it.
Right, because we added that.
Right, the other is not. So all we're going to have to do is cut this. And I guess I will use my new toy.
And we know that's the correct width of what we were cutting our pieces to. Yeah.
So if it fits, I'll use it. I don't know. I'll use it regardless if it fits.
Oh, we got some rumbles.
We do got some rumbles. Yeah, it doesn't, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way.
All right. Watch your finger there, man.
I want to wait for the
Yeah.
other saw.
Your finger's really close.
Not there?
No.
No?
No. There you go.
What is your sense of fun, man?
I do not like that kind of fun.
You mean ER fun is not your kind
No.
of fun?
No.
Okay. Bring it to me. And as you can see, nothing is too good for our saw. We have a self-feeding saw, right?
Right.
You gave it back to me. And now, if we put it here, you're going to see it's exactly the same dimension.
And so how does that look on our structure?
We're going to look at it. Yeah, I think I want to
Yay.
cut. What do you think? Should we cut or not?
No, I like it like that.
You like it like that?
I like it. Nice little wooden log cabin.
Okay. Minimize your cuts. Just put your piece over the corner of one of your remnants. Make a mark. And now you can use the hand saw or you can use your chop saw to cut it. All right, so a little bit of trick. We couldn't do it because we could not record at the same time, but for the front of the birdhouse, you need to either use small screws or brad nails like we did. And the question is where you hit them, right? So because we have aligned it to the front of the birdhouse, use one of your extra pieces.
So just to back you up, we installed this first, meaning we had that there aligned with the front. We tacked it, put some glue on the eaves here. We aligned this up with here, and we knew that our back was aligned with this. Once that was in place, again, we knew that this is where the roof line was supposed to line up. So we used this just to help us line up our brad nails.
How many pieces are you going to say?
This. Fine.
But anyway, so
You say it then.
So here it is, and our little house has a nice little porch. Now we have to decide. Now if you want it for decoration, you can stop here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want it for an actual birdhouse, which is the intention for this, you need to make an entry hole. And we chose to do ours here. Ready?
I think you need to be up just a hair.
Maybe I don't want to be up. I want to go.
Because you
I
don't.
want to catch it there.
No, you're not in the middle even. Okay.
A few hours later.
Yes.
We need the power that is not in here. But
I was just telling them we gotta get it on speed
it's better, but it's still, let's see how much battery we have. Yeah, we're on one
yeah.
battery.
So
It
need
is a
more
little
juice.
slow.
Need more juice. We'll come back.
Disaster struck. Unfortunately, because a combination of reasons, a very, very dull beat, and
Slow drill.
an unfortunate choice by me to wait until we have assembled it to put this. No, I didn't say that. That erase that from the record.
Whatever, it's on the record.
We cut another piece, however, and all is not lost.
Right,
We're going to try to make the hole first this time,
right.
and hopefully it will work better.
Yeah.
And where modern technology failed us, a 20-year-old Ryobi came to the rescue, right? You can say whatever you want for all the tools, but The proof is in the hole.
Right.
And as you can see, by having the different color scrap, we knew immediately when we went through and made a very nice, almost perfect hole.
Yep.
So now we're going to sew, we won't show you putting it back on the piece because we already shown you that. We're going to show you when we are done how beautiful it looks. So all is good with our birdhouse. The hole is made, it's now holy. And as you can see, it has the distinctive look of a log cabin, which is what we went for, right? Mm-hmm. In the bottom, instead of going with a solid floor, for ventilation and things of this nature, we decided to use, we had plenty of extra spaces, right? Spaces. Mm-hmm. But if you so desire, you can go with a solid floor. And if you wanted to have an access floor, you can put some hinges so you can open it to clean it. I never found something that I did with my birdhouses. In fact, the next season, new houses find something they want in the old birdhouse, right? So I don't know what you need to clean them. That's in nature, no one cleans their nests, right?
They just recycle their materials. Huh?
Right, that is a human thing. But if you want to, you can. Right?
And then because these were already cut to lengths to make these sides, it also made a very nice little perch there. So they have some place to land.
And if you're a CDO, the way OCD should be spelled, you can put it on a sanding belt to make this totally even. I think it gives it a little bit of a rustic look. Mm-hmm. It doesn't bother me, in other words, right?
Good.
Now, a couple of things. The size of the hole and the location of your hole depends on the species of bird you want to attract, right? Mm-hmm. Ours is what we said? I forget.
I don't remember. We originally said a cardinal, but I think our hole's a little bit small for that, so it might be something else.
Yeah, it is something else, but I don't remember what it is.
Let me see. The 2-inch hole, like finches. Yeah. Finches.
Right.
And
Also,
there are lots of finches around here, I think.
So the hole depends, not only the size, but the location really depends on what kind of bird you want to attract, right? Mm-hmm. Also, if you're going to have a perch or not, depends on the bird. Mm-hmm. So you can Google, and I said that, you can use a Google search to find out what bird you want to attract. If you should have a perch, we don't need the perch, and we have the right size hole. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Yep.
The extra good thing about this project is it smells absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm really loving the way the cedar is showing up on camera. You got a lot of really nice wood grain and changes in color. It's really beautiful.
So a couple of things that while we made the mistake, I made the mistake. We didn't show it because we had the camera off, but a clear example of why you need to shoot everything straight is not a good action, right? I've been talking about the channel, don't do that, that's not a good idea. And sure enough, a single brad, because we put it at an angle, was holding very, very strongly, right? Mm-hmm. In fact, took both me and Elpida to separate it. So do not put straight unless there is a reason for this, right?
Right.
Like if you're going to have a post depending on that orientation. Mm-hmm. But when you want strength, do not go straight. Go at an angle. Right. It really will give you much better angle.
At the angle.
So, any case, this is our project for today. Mm-hmm. Better light.
Well, now you're a little bit side lit, but it looks nice.
And I don't know if you can hear it, but it is raining now, which is why we had created this little thing on top. Show them the little thing on top.
I did.
So these are our two birdhouses. This is the one we built today for you. And this is the one that we built from similar material. Has been out for 2.5 years. So you can see wheel gray. Now if you want to keep this look, you can pole it. I mean, you can protect it if you want it to look like this in perpetuity, right? But in our case, we didn't. I kind of like this look.
The weathered look.
The weathered look. Some people do not. I might actually polyurethane that just to have a comparison of how it ages, right? What did we learn, Elpida?
We learned that you should make those holes before you put your thing together.
No, we didn't learn that.
Yes, we did.
That was not a critical component of our video learning.
Really?
Really. So we hope this is a video you can enjoy with your children, your grandchildren, right? Uh-huh. Something you can do and remember, and also be able to bird watch in a nice, and the cost is what we forgot. This came out of a single board.
Right.
Today prices for a single board is $3.98.
Right.
I can guarantee you cannot buy a wooden birdhouse or even a plastic one
for $4.
For $4, right?
No,
so,
not at all.
And I say the proof of the material is in the pudding, right? This is, and frankly, I'll be honest, I think as this ages and it opens a little bit, it will even look better. Mm-hmm. You're going to see more of the variation of the wood, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. And
but it's been great for us to be able to work out on this deck.
We did not get rained in at all.
Right.
Alright folks, this is our project for today, and if you enjoyed it, would appreciate a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the other button twice. Share, like, subscribe. Let us know, would you like more simple episodes like this? From Professor DIY and Elpida, let's build something together.